What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and I am back today with another video for you all. Hope you guys have been staying safe. Hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, you guys, I want to show you my playthrough and guide on how I unlocked Doom 1-8 utilizing my roster here, you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's talk about the 5 characters that I used and the overall strategy for this node. So first and foremost, you guys, if you haven't checked out my earlier video, it is nice that we're finally able to utilize the Avengers as well as the Fantastic Four with shield characters. So first and foremost, you guys, I am going to start with my key character here. It's going to be Thor. At almost 45k here, I do have him at the 4 red star, tier 11. As you can see, no T4s on his abilities, but I do have the level 2 ISO 8 striker, as Thor is just going to be able to utilize extra damage when working with skirmisher as well as raid ISO 8 traits. So that just definitely helps us with our overall damage input. Next, you guys, we are going to be utilizing Captain America here at 41k with the 3 red, tier 11 as well, no T4s, and he's going to be able to just provide energy, fueling Thor's passive to be able to retaliate with those strikes. Additionally, Captain America is also going to be utilized for his shield throw where he can take away buffs from the opposing enemies. And as you guys can see here, I do have the level 1 ISO 8 healer to provide sustainability to our roster and team, and that just overall rounds out our roster. Next, you guys, I will be utilizing for this node Hawkeye for a couple reasons. First and foremost, I do have him at 37k here with the 4 red, tier 11 as well, consistent with the other characters. For Hawkeye, I do really like his special ability here because he's able to clear positive effects, so that's just going to really be able to work hand in hand with Captain America trying to take buffs away. Additionally, you guys, I do like his ultimate ability, Air Burst here, which is able to not only be able to do DPS, but as well as apply a slow and a blind on all targets. Obviously, the resistance is going to matter, but it gives us that opportunity and increases our overall likelihood of survivability as well, just being able to do that. In my last node, I did utilize Hulk for extra damage, but for this node, you guys, because as you'll see, we're going to be focused on taking down the operators as soon as possible, so therefore we do need a more strategic team. To round out this roster, you guys, I do have Black Widow here as well with the tier 11, a couple upgrades to boost her health. And as you guys can see here, no T4s on her abilities, but she is the lowest character on my roster here at 33k, and I do have her supplementing Thor's DPS with the level 1 ISO 8 skirmisher here, which is able to apply the vulnerability for our targets. That rounds out my Avenger roster here, you guys, and as you may not have noticed, the key to this in combination with Thor's damage is going to be the sustainability and healing brought about by Invisible Woman, you guys, so we definitely have to utilize her. I have her almost at 59k here with the 4 red. Additionally, you guys, I do have T4s in both her special and her ultimate, just because her special provides invisibility as well as immunity and defense up, improving our overall survivability, and as well as her ultimate in terms of applying offense down to the enemies, as well as being able to provide a barrier for our team. So I cannot say enough good things about Invisible Woman, you guys. I definitely recommend for this lower power team that we're going to utilize to beat this node, I definitely recommend that we will need Invisible Woman. But Thor is also going to do a lot of the heavy lifting with his DPS, his stun, as well as his retaliation and with his passive. So without further ado, you guys, let's dive right into the playthrough. For the placement here, you guys, I have put Captain America in the back there, next to Invisible Woman, and then I've put Black Widow to the back corner and left of Invisible Woman, just to make sure that she is sheltered from damage. So let's dive right in, and I'll show you guys the playthrough here. As you can see, we start off by facing up against a mixture of the Brotherhood, in addition to Graviton here. It's a pretty random cluster, but right from the get-go, we do have to take out the operator, because this is what a lot of players are gonna have a hard time with. That's why we brought Hawkeye on board, because he's gonna be able to cleanse some positives, especially if they taunt. So that's why he's there. Additionally, we do have Captain America as well. As you can see, if you get stunned, just make sure you're using Invisible Woman to cleanse those conditions, but continue to always just focus on the operators, because with 4 turns it would be game over. So we have to attack fast. We need heavy damage, and that's the reason we're not using Hulk for this. So in this situation, the great example, although we're taunted right now, we're gonna go ahead and use Captain America to see if we can cleanse. Unfortunately, Juggernaut, he is definitely going to be a problem, just because as you can see, nothing's going through. And this one might just be luck. Fortunately, I do believe we can use Thor's ultimate here to actually be able to get that target. So let's go ahead and hope we get through that. Beautiful. So fortunately, we did have Thor's ultimate there just to be able to take out that operator. With the next wave, again, you guys, fortunately, Juggernaut's taunt does go down for that one full turn. So we're going to go ahead. Once again, if you can save your stuns, you know, Black Widow as well as Thor, if you can save your stuns to be able to be utilized on those operators, that would be really advantageous too. But again, because of the reworked Avengers, it's going to work hand in hand with Thor's ability to be able to retaliate. That's why we're bringing him on board. Just because of the fact that he can bring some extra DPS. Black Widow is going to constantly be able to add speed up for our roster and team, giving us the positive buffs. Fortunately, Hawkeye and Black Widow also work off each other quite a bit with their assist attack, so that just gives us a lot of additional DPS, especially with Thor having that striker. With that second operator down here, we can finally start chipping away at these enemies, because those guys just happened right from the get-go at the beginning, and that's probably an issue that a lot of players will have. So that's why we bring these guys on board with their damage. With that being said, here out of this cluster, the ones that do the highest damage here is going to be Killmonger. Personally, I'm not a fan of Graviton as well, and Juggernaut, just his synergy with Magneto. That's also why we have to be cognizant of that. Fortunately, now that Magneto's used his ultimate, his abilities does wane over time, so we're going to go ahead and keep allocating damage here. But ideally, if we can take out Killmonger, Graviton, as well as Magneto, that's going to be the goal. So once again, whenever you get Black Widow's turn, just make sure she's always using the speed up, just to give the entire team an advantage in terms of speed and turn meter. And again, right now I'm just taking my time with these guys, just because I want to build up my turns. I also want to be able to use my stun there, which we do. And this would be a great time to actually, just to allocate damage accordingly. Always use Captain America's special just to give his defense up as well as energy. And once again, we're going to go ahead and use Thor's ultimate here. That just does a lot of AoE damage. Does finish off Magneto as well and brings all these guys down to a lower health bar. 14 out of 17 enemies left. I do believe the next character that drops, it's either the next one or two. It should spawn the next wave, and that's what we have to be cognizant of. That's why we're waiting here and biding time. And letting them attack us so that Thor's retaliation does finish off that target. So as you can see here, we let the damage come to us. So unfortunately, Juggernaut's really formidable in his tanking ability. So we're going to want to just take him out as well as Killmonger, just because both of them are getting quite low here. Beautiful. With that shield from Captain America, that did finish off Killmonger. That leaves 6 down now with 11 enemies left. Again, our team has a lot of sustainability, so we have to utilize that. And I've seen a lot of players comment that you definitely need a shield team with Nick Fury, but I disagree. I think the Avengers does provide a lot of value here. As you can see, their sustain is definitely something that a lot of players do unfortunately overlook. With the rework, however, you know, a lot of respect has been given back to these guys. So especially with Invisible Woman synergizing quite well with her protective abilities. And once again, with that enemy dropping out, that just dropped the third operative, and that's exactly why I started attacking that third one. We got to make sure that we keep mitigating those turns, because like I said, if they get 4 turns, doesn't matter how strong your team is, if you can't take them down, then unfortunately we're not going to be able to win. Beautiful. So that's the third one down, and unfortunately that does spawn another wave with the 4th operative. So right again, you guys, we're gonna go ahead. We have to focus all our damage on the 4th one just to take him out. This is the reason I brought on Hawkeye. You know, his blind, his bleed, as well as his damage. It's definitely formidable. I prefer that over Hulk in this situation. Hulk was better for the last node just because he could tank and focus our damage away from our key targets. That was the 4th operative down, and we're gonna go ahead now and take down the high damage target. So unfortunately, we lost one of our own now, but we're still in a good position to finish this node. So once again, we're gonna keep using speed up. We lost Captain America, but you know, fortunately, when he dies, he does give our team some boosts. So and with that 6 enemies left, that does spawn the very last operative here. Beautiful. And with Thor's retaliation, it took out 2 additional targets now, and we're in the final home stretch, you guys. You can see here that it's just the Vulture as well as the Bullseye and Sabretooth. So that took out the 4th target, and beautiful thing about that is you don't have to finish them all. By killing the 5th operative, that did actually secure us the win here, as you can see with the 2 stars. So there you guys have it. Overall strategy, just got to focus damage on the operatives as soon as possible. And with this roster, it does provide a well-balanced team. So that leaves only one more node left for part 1 of Doom, you guys. So thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.